Hello and welcome back to Learn to Love DIY. Today we're creating this Farmhouse Easter Spring Wreath DIY. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. So to start off with today's tutorial, this is the wreath that I had. It's a wreath that I had purchased at the thrift store. However, instead of me just placing it out as it was, I decided to go ahead and break it apart and try to make it a little bit more organized than it was. And I did use a ribbon from the Dollar Tree that has a bit of lace in the center, scissors, and some hot glue. And all I'm doing here is just taking off all the greenery and the eggs from the wreath, and I'm just kind of twisting and pulling them apart since they were glued in there pretty good. And then all I'm going to do is kind of sort all of the materials that I'm pulling off to see what I will want to place back on the wreath. And the only new thing that I'm adding to the wreath is the ribbon. And that is basically all that I'm going to be adding to this wreath. All the other components are from the original wreath. So this is what we're left with as far as the bare bones and whatnot. And this is the ribbon that I'm going to be using today. I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen it at the Dollar Tree. I do believe it has about 3 yards worth of material, and all I'm doing is creating a piece so that I'm able to hang it from my door front. And then I'm going to be creating a double bow with the ribbon here, and then a medium-sized tail or so. And I have fast forward this video because it did take me quite a bit to kind of arrange not just the video in itself, but the different pieces that I was going to be working with. And here I'm just sorting the different kind of greenery that I have. And like I said earlier, when I was pulling off the items from the wreath, I did not use everything that I pulled off. I decided to opt out using some of the greenery, some of the flowers, and some of the green little pom-poms that it came with. But I did have some leftover material, so I didn't use all of the eggs either. I think I had about 3 or 4 eggs left over, and then the some of the greenery as well as the flowers and the green little poms. I'll put an arrow though to show you which ones I'm talking about. Okay, so before I did go ahead and hot glue these, I did do a dry fit, and this is kind of what I kind of decided to do as far as the design went. I applied these longer of the green stems, and I try to divide the stems equally on for both sides, and so I ended up with 3 and 3 of these, and I kind of just layered them. And then on top of these green ones, I added, I think these are called ferns. I'm not sure. Please let me know in the description below if you know what the actual name of the greenery is. But I think it's some sort of fern or leather. I think it's called one or the two. However, then I decided to go ahead and layer the first greens with the second layer here, and then as I went on, then I just went ahead and started at the center of what was left in the 2-piece greenery here, and then I just took off all of the pieces that were protruding into the eggs, and that's how they had originally secured down to the wreath. I'm just taking them apart and taking all of those pieces off, and if I wasn't able to take it off, I did cut it out with my scissors, but I do believe I got most of them off as it was. And then I just kind of try to be symmetrical. For some reason, I was really into being symmetrical with this particular wreath, and sometimes I am not. So I did try to do that in this case. So for example, as you see that one, that purple one, I was not able to take that stem out, but it kind of worked out because I was able to insert it back in and just apply a little bit of hot glue to make it work. So you just see me here trying to add some of the eggs in the positions for the different sizes and whatnot, and just trying to rearrange them in the most aesthetically pleasing manner. we've completed the bottom portion of our wreath, it's time for us to create our bow. And I'm just doing 2 loops, one a bit larger than the other one, and then a medium-sized one to go on top of that. And then here I'm just applying the top part, which will be the piece that will help me hang it from my door. And now I'm just joining both of those loops that I created, and I tied a bit of a ribbon on it, or a bit of jute twine on it, and you can use anything that you have laying around in the house to adjust these. And then I just took another piece of the ribbon and put it in the center to cover that. And now I'm just creating the size of the tail that I want. And I'm going to go ahead and twist it so both of the sides that I want showing will show with ease. And then I'm just attaching them with hot glue here. I did press a little bit so that it would hold on and be attached to the actual wreath as well, as you can see here. And here is our completed project. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I thank you for watching.